Hi Matty, just what's your thoughts on the performance today?
I think overall it was a really kind of good performance. We let ourselves down in the first half. We probably didn't play to the structure and the width that we wanted to play in the first half, and being down probably kind of 3 or 4 tries was obviously very disappointing. But the way that we kind of stuck it at the second half was a true kind of testament to the lads. And with 8 minutes to go, we were kind of near on, kind of close to kind of really kind of closing that gap. It's just a few little errors that kind of let us down, but there's going to be a lot of work-ons coming, and we knew there was going to be a lot of work-ons. But in all, it was a pretty good performance to start the year.
Definitely. What do you think? Obviously, lots of positives to take away. Many young lads starting today. How do you think they did?
It was amazing. We spoke at half time, and the energy that they brought and the enthusiasm was absolutely fantastic. I think our leaders probably kind of let ourselves down, probably a little bit in the first half with kind of some of our decision making. But the work rate of six kind of kids that kind of coming through in their first kind of senior game was absolutely amazing to see, and it's a real credit to them and their families of the way that they've kind of taken to the kind of senior rugby, and it's great to kind of see, and it'll be amazing to watch them kind of go over the next kind of couple of weeks and months and seasons.
Excellent. And Bradford were quite unknown before today, I think. What do you think on them, and how do you think they'll do this season?
Yeah, Bradford are good. They've got a good size, probably that fits this kind of league very well. They've got a couple of big centres, and if you let them play with the ball, you're going to kind of be on the back foot most of the kind of game. And we did that in the first half. We didn't shut down their kind of space, and we kind of tackled too high. But I think we rectified that in the second half. There's probably a little bit of defensive lapses, but they're going to be a strong team, and they've got a good set of lads there. We've got a couple of old heads kind of driving them around, and some kind of good young lads. So I think they'll kind of go well in this kind of competition this year. And yeah, so it's good to kind of get them out of the way first, and then we'll look forward to kind of learning how we kind of went today and going to them in the last game of the season.
Perfect. So you touched on that now about how we learn. So obviously this week, what are you thinking this week, moving through training, moving to Malton next week?
Well, Malton's not an unknown. We know how Malton play. They play the kind of same way, and they have done over the last kind of few years. And they'll play with the attack and the width as what we kind of do. They'll fight for every kind of ball on the ground. So we need to make sure that we're going to look after that ball. We turned far too much ball over today in contact and leading with the ball into contact, and we didn't kind of clean up our rucks, and which made kind of slow ball. So that'll be our focus kind of this week of trying to get over the top of that ball, pass the ball, and looking to kind of play a bit of speed and looking to try and kind of tidy that rucks up, and then we can play with that ball a little bit more.